We're getting near to the end of the Jerry Snyder book. We've got 2 or 3 songs left to go, and this one is Railroad Bill. This is a folk tune that isn't generally done as a guitar solo, but the accompaniment is very much in the style of what we're looking at here. While they sing, the players will do this alternating bass, as what they call first in this book fingerpicking strums. Now we're doing it as a solo, so we'd be doing the background part as well as the vocal part that you'd hear from singers like Ramblin Jack or even Bob Dylan. Some of the songs I've chosen to skip, I've done so because they're not adding anything new that we haven't seen before. Each one should be done. The bigger your repertoire and the more you practice, the better off you are, of course. What this one brings us that we haven't seen too much of is this E7 chord. E7 would be a secondary dominant in the key of C, leading you to A's or A minors. But a lot of times what they do is they use the E7 to lead to the F. It's resolving upward a half step. There's a couple of reasons that that works. The main one being that the C has an open G in it. The E has many of the same notes, including the E note, but raises that note to a G sharp. 1 fret higher, which goes 1 fret higher, to the A. So it's a chromatic movement from the C chord with the open G to the E chord with the G sharp to the A in the F chord. And we hear that climb a lot, especially in ragtime and Tin Pan Alley music. Also, the E7 should resolve to its 4, the A minor. The E7, though, is replacing a C, resolving to C's 4, the F. A minor and F have similarities too. They have A's and C's in them as well. So the motion is very similar. Lastly, the E7 can actually feel like a C with an augmented G sharp in it, up to the F, which can go back through F minor to C. So that's why I've allowed this one in here, other than the fact that this is actually very true to the style of the performance of the song. So let's have a look at it. The basic idea you've seen before. We're not doing an A or a B version of Railroad Bill, not because I don't want to, but they're not in the book. So what we have then is the C chord with the secondary alternate bass. E7 has that as well. Open E, G sharp, B, G sharp. So 6th string to 3rd to 5th to 3rd. So does F. 6th string, 3rd string, 5th string, 3rd string. We're going to pass over 1 G over B. In the book, when you see it, they don't give this chord a name, they just use it as a passing tone. Back to C's with their alternating bass. G7, which, as Jerry Snyder likes to do, starts with this B note. Usually because it's coming down a half step from the C there, so you get a little bass motion there. Then it moves back up to the C. So that's your bass motion. The tune is along the top, it's actually very quick. We won't be able to do it that fast. We'll work our way up to a medium speed on it though. These are on beat, and we get our 1 syncopation here. Beat 3 is the bass note on the 6th string, then the melody is syncopated on the and of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in there. So we see it on the C, the E, the F, where we're syncopating onto that 3 and. So in slow motion, let's try her out. We've got a C chord with this high G note on it. Pinch them. 3rd string bass, pinch them with a 6th string bass, 3rd string bass. You start the same way in the next bar, pinch, 3rd string, then 6th string, and 2nd string the melody anticipated onto the and. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those 2 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't have to read the next 2 because they're the same. So let's practice those 2 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's your first 4 bars. Move to the E chord. It's going to be an E7. 1, 2. So no melody on beat 1. The melody is pinched on beat 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and all on the same string. So switch fingers there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It really won't matter whether you do this middle and index or index and middle, but practice something that will start to feel natural for you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here, try to do the same fingers. I'm doing middle index, I think, normally. And then your bass on this G sharp. When you're going really quickly, you're going to have to work on getting from this note to this bass note. It's going to be the same finger unless you use your thumb on the Fs, which is why a lot of people do. I don't want to, so I'm going to have to practice moving from the E7 catch the 1 there, and then immediately get it down to the 6th string. So the picking pattern is basically the same as on the E, except we're playing the 2nd string instead of the 1st. F, 2nd string pinched. Middle index probably. This is F again. It looks like a C, but it's still in your F bar. G over B, which we're well familiar with at this point in our playing. To a C, pinch, 8th, G over B again. Syncopated 8ths. 3-note pinch. 1, 2, 3, rest and repeat. And that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, C chord. Repeats that idea. Bass note on E. Bass note on F. G over B, C. Let's try a little quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. See you on the next one, guys.